All right, so write sine right here, even though it doesn't look very good. And then you're going to put sine there. We're finding the sine of x. Okay, so you're going to go to your unit circle at a negative 2 pi. So that basically that's at 0, correct? Okay, so the sine is the y-coordinate. What's the y-coordinate at 0? 0. So that's going to actually give us the point negative 2 pi, comma 0. So you probably want to write that out there. So now you go to a negative 11 pi over 6. So that's the same as a positive pi over 6, right? Let's go in the opposite direction. So what's the y-coordinate at pi over 6? 1/2, right? 1/2, and we can change that to, because we're going to be graphing that, we can change it to a decimal. That would be 0.5, right? Yeah, because positive 11 pi over 6 is this direction, and negative is this direction. Okay? And so that gives us the point negative 11 pi over 6.5. So now we're going to do, bless you, I'm writing super big, but this is for negative 7 pi over 4. Hopefully you can write a little neater and smaller so it will fit. Negative 7 pi over 4, here's a positive. We would go the opposite direction and it would be at pi over 4, correct? And we want the sine, so that's the y-coordinate, so that's radical 2 over 2. For graphing purposes, we will change that to a decimal. So your point will be negative 7 pi over 4. What's square root of 2 over 2 as a decimal? 0.7, I think. 1.4 is the, something like that, I think. 0.7?
Yeah.
Square root of 2 is 1.4 something. I believe it's 0.7. Okay, so you're going to fill out this chart, and then you're going to go to your graph paper, which is this next sheet there. Okay, and you'll be able to put two graphs on here. So on the top one, let's put y equals sine of x. How come you don't have that? Because that's the deal. There we go. So on the top one, you're going to put y equals sine x, not 6, sine of x. Jeez. Oh. Y equals sine x. And you're going to use your points that you got on this. So, what's our first point that we got? Negative 2 pi what?
0.
0. So I go negative 2 pi, 0, there's the point. I put it there. You can't hardly see that, but it would be right there. And then the second point that we had was a negative 11 pi over 6. What did we get for that? 0.5. Okay, before we go any further, we probably need to define what are intervals here. I would probably go make each one of these 0.5. So that would be 1 for me. And there's 2. Yeah. Okay. All right. So then a negative 7 pi over 6, 0.5 would be, or negative 11 pi over 6, 0.5 would be right there. And then the next one, negative 7 pi over 4, is at about 0.7. So where is negative 7 pi over 4? It's going to be in between 11 pi over 6 and 5 pi over 3 evenly, because that's how it is on our unit circle, right? It's evenly, it's equally distant from both. So then 5 pi over 3, it's going to be in that next dash. It's not labeled, but the dash in between right here. That's a negative 7 pi over 4. So exactly halfway in between each one of those. That's a negative 7 pi over 4. Okay, so that's at what? 0.7? So 0.7's about right there. Whoa. Maybe right there? But let me put dots in there so you know. And then negative 5 power. So you're going to do all those. After you graph this, you're going to connect the points, and it's going to be a curve. Okay? Not a V shape. It's a curved shape. The sinusoidal curve, if you haven't heard that before. Sine curve. So that's what you're going to do today. And then look for instructions on what you need to do tomorrow and the rest of the week on Google Classroom. Those will be posted tomorrow for you. Okay? Good? So here's my start. This would be a curve, and I'm going to have some curvature happening in this. You will, so save this. You won't turn it in tomorrow. You're going to keep this for the week. You're going to have it done by Friday. Those of you who are going to be here, have it ready to go Friday. Okay? All right. I will be here Friday unless something happens and they say we need to keep him another day. Then I won't be here.